Hey friends, Ash here, welcome back to Gents. Hope that you're doing well. Some fragrance houses, fragrance brands have lines that will forever pop into your mind the second that you hear the brand's name. Armaf, Club de Nuit, Dior, Sauvage, or Homme, or Fahrenheit. Chanel, Cease and Desist. Is that? Yeah, that's right. Rasasi has Hawas, and this is the newest of them all, Tropical. Did that look weird? It's green. Oh. Yes, the newest of them all, Hawas Tropical. I have it right here. I paid $59.99. Actually, technically saved $3 on it from Beauty House by using my code, which is right here. So, yeah, it's a huge savings. What can I buy with $3 nowadays? 2 packs of ramen noodles? Nice. Technically, it was a little bit more than that though, because there was shipping and taxes. $68.61 is what I paid. I'll have this one linked in the description in case you want to check it out down there. And look, here's more codes that you can use across different websites to save yourself money. The JOMASHOP codes only work within their app. Oh, and an update on the Gift Express codes. So there's 2 of them, Gents 15, Gents 10. Gents 15 does save you 15% off, but it now only works on orders over $250. Otherwise, it gives you 10% off, which is also what Gents 10 does, So if you're spending over $250, Gents 15, 15% off. If you're spending under $250, it's a 10% off code. And also, if you have issues with the code, go into incognito mode and they'll work. I don't know. All right, back to talking about Hawas Tropical, the newest in the Hawas line, which, as I said, is basically what everyone thinks of when they hear the name Rasasi nowadays, but it really wasn't always that way. La Yucawam is actually the first one that got a huge amount of attention, at least on YouTube, and it was fairly expensive for a cologne fragrance, and it's a very similar one to Tuscan Leather by Tom Ford. Then Hawas dropped, and Hawas kind of falls between Invictus and Invictus Aqua. Great performance, big compliment puller, fresh, sweet, and not too expensive. And a lot of people loved Hawas and still do, and Rasasi saw that and they thought to themselves, let's not make another one for years. That's a pretty good idea, right? Yeah, I think so. But then one day they thought to themselves, we could make more of those. And they did. Behold, Hawas. Look at all of them. They keep coming and coming and coming. I'm not gonna make a joke there.
It's the coming.
Which leads us to this Hawas Tropical, the newest in the bunch. And you can look at the note breakdown and tell kind of right away what it's probably gonna smell like, because this is one of those times where they basically just said, yeah, heck with it, man. Just go ahead and copy those notes, thanks. And those notes are, off the top, coconut water, ginger, and fig leaf. You have fig, mint, and coconut once again in the mid, and in the base, sandalwood, tonka, and musk. A little bit similar to another fragrance out there that comes in a green bottle. Yeah, that one. But I'll let you guys know whether it is close to that one, a good replacement for it, better, worse, all that in just a second. First off, we need to take a look at this little box and bottle. First up, the box. On the front, you have the name of the fragrance, and you have the size and concentration, 100 ml eau de parfum. Has a nice reflective sheen to it and kind of a snakeskin border to the name. You have a little bit of Arabic up top, nothing on the sides. On the back, you have a little bit of information. Then on the bottom, you're gonna find your ingredients and your batch code. And my bottle was manufactured May 2025. And here we have the bottle, your typical Hawas styling. You have the name of the fragrance right there on the front. The cap is white, just like on Hawas Ice, for example. Has kind of a light mint green color scheme to it. You have a sticker on the bottom of the bottle. Cap clicks into place. Let's go ahead and do a couple sprays. Ready? Okay. Good atomizer. And one quick thing again on the pricing here of this fragrance. Other places online right now are even more expensive than where Beauty House has it. $59.99 is what they have it at. I've seen it like $62, $65, other places even touching $70. I want to tell you guys once again, if you're watching this in the future, it doesn't really matter most likely, but this is what happens with pretty much every big name cologne release nowadays. When I say big name, I mean like Club de Nuit, Hawas, Camera, stuff like that. I would imagine that if like Fragrance World came out with a liquid brune something, liquid brune elixir, then it would be the same deal. But when they first drop, that price point is gonna be up here. Yeah, this is up at the upper end of cologne pricing. It's gonna stick there for a little bit, and then after a few weeks, maybe a month, starts to come down a little bit. It's starting to get a little more attractive. Nice, pricing is getting more reasonable. Then as time goes on a little bit further, it's gonna settle in probably a solid 40%, maybe even 50% less than what it is right now. So be aware of that. I mean, if you wanna grab it right away, cool. That's totally fine, it's what I did. But if you do give it a little time, that price is gonna creep down. So just be aware. It happens every single time. Okay, back to tropical. So as I talked about before, really similar to Paradise Garden. Jean Paul Gaultier Le Beau Paradise Garden, just as far as that note breakdown and everything, obviously color scheme, really just the whole deal. But is it an actual good replacement? Yes. When I got this, especially for the price, I was fully prepared to be let down and just be like, it's okay. That was the expectation, but this one is better as far as the overall blend than really any of the last Hawases that I've gotten. Maybe right up to like Ice or something. It is smooth off the top, but it's also sweet. So you have to be aware of that. Some people don't like Paradise Garden because of that sweet aspect that it has. This one actually is even a little bit sweeter. When you first spray it on, it does have a nice green aspect to it, that fig leaf. Not really aromatic. It's not like an herbally kind of green or anything like that. It's a sweetened up, fresh green that kind of punches you right in the nose when you spray it on. Has this like sugary sort of sweetness as well, but at the same time it is, as I said, very fresh. It's that coconut water, that green water note carries through here just like in Paradise Garden. And then that ginger is nice, bright, zingy, fresh. It smells stupid good off the top, but Paradise Garden to me also smells stupid good. That one right away just captured my attention. This one did the exact same thing. As it dries down, it's got a nice like semi-juicy aspect from the fig. Again, that green kind of feel that it has is woven throughout through the mid into the Drydown. The coconut here, creamy, again, sweet. It is insanely attention grabbing. It kind of does the same thing to an extent, not quite as bad, but that Hawas Black does, where you spray it on and you get that kind of like sheen wherever you spray it, that like semi-oil slick vibe, but again, nowhere near as bad as Hawas Black. And as this one dries down, that tonka comes out more and more. So again, it's gonna have that sweetness, but it transitions, it changes from the opening into the mid into the Drydown. Initially, it's more of the coconut fig, that sort of sugary aspect that you get more here compared to Paradise Garden. Then as it hits that far Drydown, it's more of the tonka. So that's where that creaminess comes into play and kind of starts to ramp up a little bit the longer that it's on your skin. Of course, that's also gonna be partially because of the sandalwood that's in here as well. Also picks up a little touch of warmth as it dries down, and that sugary aspect fades. So once you hit the far Drydown, that's not there as much. At this point, once you hit that far Drydown, it's more like a sexy, kind of inviting fragrance that has remnants of that tropical fruit mixture in the opening and the mid that carry over. It is somehow, as I mentioned, a smoother, sweeter, more attention-grabbing Paradise Garden. And again, just to drive that home, if you thought Paradise Garden, if you smelled that, if you tried that, if you own that, whatever, if you have smelled that one and you thought to yourself, it's just, it's too sweet for me, you're not gonna like this, I don't think. Because it's, you know, bumped up a little bit from the opening into the Drydown. But I will say, on the flip side, it does kind of come across in a way that's more addictive. I've smelled Paradise Garden a bunch, and actually I know that there are other fragrances that have dropped here recently that are also Paradise Garden alternatives, and I've bought those as well. I think there's at least 2 more that I have on the way. So it's one of those things, again, like history repeating, where one brand comes out with a clone of whatever, and then like all the other brands are coming out with it at the same time, and you just end up having like 3, 4 hit the market all at once, and it's just But Hawas Tropical, to me, first impressions, I like this more than Hawas Black. It's not the same kind of fragrance, of course, but I like this more than Hawas Black. I like this more than Hawas Fire. If you like Paradise Garden, this is it. Like, this stuff is insane. The price, I'd wait, unless you're just a big Hawas fan, big Rasasi fan, big Paradise Garden fan, I guess, and you want something like right this minute, then go for it. I mean, it smells fantastic. It's just if you wait and you get it, you know, 20 bucks less or something, 30 bucks less, at that point it becomes an even better buy, you know? But that's a personal call, so that's my advice. But of course, like I said, I bought the thing, so can't really get on my soapbox too much. In terms of seasonality, you're looking at, you know, the same as Paradise Garden, spring, summer, early fall for the most part. I'd wear it daytime or evening. Of course, most people are gonna say it leans daytime use, but either way. And performance, good. Really solid. Projects well, especially in the opening in the mid. Once you hit the dry down, it doesn't necessarily project like a beast, not like you would expect it to, I guess, but it does settle a little bit closer to the skin at that point, but you still pick it up and it becomes more of, like I said, this like warm, sexy tonka kind of sweetness with some residual tropical vibes from the mid. So it projects hard initially, like when you've got that coconut, the fig, the ginger, all of that working. Really solid projection. Like right here where I sprayed it on my hand, it's pumping. And longevity, especially for like spring, summer, very good. Like this is a strong fragrance for midsummer. So much so that because of the sweetness here, those sweeter aspects, you may want to not go insanely heavy if it's really hot outside. Like lately, it's been nuts here. I'd still wear this. I have worn it the last couple of days, but just maybe not insanely heavy with the sprays. So obviously you already know, I think it is an amazing alternative to Paradise Garden. If you have that one and you want an alternative, or you like that one and you want an alternative, or whatever, you just want a twist on that style, this is amazing. And as I said, I would put this one better than Fire, better than Black, kind of there with Ice. Very different types of fragrances, of course, all of those. I mean, it's not really apples to apples, it's apples to oranges, but it is really solid, extremely well done. Just wait on that price point. That's all I would say. So there it is, guys. Rasasi Hawas Tropical, the newest in the very popular Hawas lineup. I'm assuming with like how they've been going lately that we're gonna get another one announced like in a month or two. I feel like that's how it's going. Just a shout out to Rasasi. Just, you know, you guys, you can do other lines. I'm just throwing that out there. But as long as you keep putting out some bangers like this one, I guess it's fine. You do you do whatever you want. I'm just saying, like if you wanted to do some different stuff, you could probably do that. That's all I'm saying. So there we go, guys. Hawas Tropical. It is friggin' amazing if you like Paradise Garden and you don't mind a little boost-a-rooney of the sweetness and really nice smoothed out take on that DNA, also with kind of amplified tonka, especially as it dries down. That's the main differences there. I want to thank you guys for hanging with me here today. Stay safe out there, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.